good night, because it might be nighttime where you're at. But welcome. Today we're going to learn to add and subtract complex numbers. Not very difficult. All you have to do is be able to add like terms in a sense. The I terms you would combine. If there was non-I terms, you would combine those. So here, simply, negative 8I plus 9 more i's is a positive 1I. It will always ask you to write your answer in the form of A plus BI, but for this complex number, A is 0 and B is 1, so technically you just need to type in I. Here, again, 2 i's plus 5 i's is 7I. The A part is 0, which you don't have to type in. Here, our answer is 0, so type in a 0. You don't need to type in an I or anything. Negative 2I plus 2I is 0. It's just the integer 0. Again, negative 3 plus 7 is 4 plus 9 is 13I. It should be very simple and easy for you. At the moment, we haven't ran across any part that have real parts. So 2I minus 2I, that's 0 again. 13 minus 12 is 1. 1 plus 7 is 8I. All right, here we have the two complex numbers. They put them in parentheses. They really don't need to do that, but they have. And so we're going to add the real parts. Those are like terms. The 5 and the 7 we add. That gives us 12. And then the 4I and the 6I add up to a positive or plus 10I. So again, the A part is 12 because that's the two real parts, the 5 and the 7 added. The BI is the 10I because the 4 and the 6 is 10I. Same thing process here. We got a 2 plus a negative 4, so that's going to be a negative 2. We got a negative 8I plus a negative 1I. That's going to be a minus 9I. Negative 9 plus negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 1I plus negative 6 is going to be a negative 7I. 1 plus 6 is 7. Negative 10 i's plus 7 more will be a negative 3I. There, we only have one complex part, one 10I, negative 10I, so we'll leave that alone. But the negative 7 minus 2 more is a negative 9. Again, we always write the real part first, and then we write the minus 10I. Here they have 3 in a row, and they have the opposite of 1. So just make sure that opposite of 2. So make sure you change the signs. In other words, this real part is a positive 1. Minus 14 will be negative 13. Minus 3 more will be negative 16. So again, I added up all the real parts. Now again, watch your signs. I'm going to distribute in. That negative and negative makes that a positive 17. Minus 2, that's going to be a 15I. 15I plus negative 19, or 15 minus 19 is a minus 4I. Just watching your signs. Negative 1, for whatever reason, they wrote this complex number backwards. They didn't write it as A plus BI, so don't just quickly, only add the real parts to the real parts. Negative 1 minus a negative, or plus 3, will be 2. Plus 8 will be 10. So the real part was 10. Now I'm going to add the 3 I terms. 11I minus I will be 10I. 10I plus a negative 14 will be a minus 4I. We got a positive 16. A minus is positive 16. A minus is a positive 4, so that's up to 20. Plus 16 more is 36, is the real part. We have a minus, or a positive 20I. We have a minus 2, so 20 minus 2 is 18I. 18 plus 10 is 28I. And I almost forgot to put the plus in there. It was positive, so it's a plus. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I typed in 35. Didn't I say 36? 16, 20. Yeah, I said 36. I messed up, typed in 35. Again, it's not IXL's fault. I made a mistake. I got it. 15i. Let's do the real parts first. Positive 6. 17 more is 23. Minus 3 is 20. We got a 6 or a 15i. And then we got minus 15i. That cancels, so we're just left with a minus 2i. I'm going to jump ahead. See if it's any harder up here. Here again, throw in decimals. No big deal. 6.8 plus 5.5. That's going to be 3. Carry the 1 is 11 is 12.3. 12.3i. So decimals are no harder than anything else, right? 3.1 plus 8.3 is going to be 11.4. 11.4. Don't forget the I. Again, just adding up decimals, not too difficult. Oh, now we're getting into fractions. And now we always write the fraction. I wanted to get to here because I want to know if something happens. Okay, so to add the two fractions, I need to get a common denominator. Common denominator would be 7, so I'm going to make that, or not 7, would be 14. So I'm going to make this one 14, which that means I had to multiply by 7, so that's going to be 7i. So I have 5 minus 7, or a negative, and see, this is what I was wondering, a negative 2 over 14, which reduces to 1 over 7, negative 1 over 7. I want to know if I put the I here, if it marks me wrong, because that to me looks like it's in the denominator, and it shouldn't be, but let's see what it does. Hey, it accepted it. It accepted the I. That's one thing I don't like about IXL. It kind of accepted it, but it really should be, as we do this one, again, as I put a common denominator of 4, that's going to be negative 10. So we have negative 10 plus 1 is negative 9/4 I. So I'm going to try something else. I'm going to do, if I can get my, I'm going to do parentheses, negative 9, fourths, and then I'm going to close parentheses because the I really comes after. I really think it should be written like that. Let's see what happens. Hey, it accepted it. Excellent. So it didn't mind the parentheses. The next, I wished I had one more fraction. Let's see if I can get to one more fraction, because I want to see if one other thing happens if we get to fractions. Oh, yeah, square roots. So hopefully that's fairly easy. That's a 6i, that's a 10i. 6i plus 10i is 16i. 16i. Again, 8i, 2i, 8 plus 2 is 10, so 10i. All right, so we got a negative 15 and a negative 13, so that's going to be a negative 28. Then we have a I, it's just a 1i, or I, and it's negative. Be careful. A negative I almost forgot to distribute that minus sign in. Negative I plus 5i is going to be plus 4i. Negative 1i and positive 5i is 4i. Again, 3i minus 9i is going to be a negative 3i. No, a negative 6i. I can minus 9 from 3. Really, I can. 3 minus 9 is 6. Wow, that would have been funny. Last one. Ooh, hey, I like this one. Okay, we got negative 12 plus 9. It's going to be negative 3. Negative 3 plus 19 will be 16. Then we have 15i. Then we have a minus 5i. So 15 minus 5i is 10i. 10i minus, what do you think that's going to be? 19 squared? 19 times 19, well, that's 190 plus 81 more. I think that works. 19, 19, That's 81, puts an 8 up here, is 9, is 172, is 0, is 9, no, yeah, and then is 1, and so we get 1, 6, carry the 1 is 3. Yep, so it's 19. So this is going to be a 19i. This one was 5i. That's negative. And this is 15i. So that's 10i. Ooh, be careful. This is minus as well because of that minus sign. So 10i minus 19 is a minus 9i. Minus 9. Oops, I'm not in my thing. If you have any questions, minus 9i, bring them to class and I will definitely help you with them.